Here's the thing. Is yeah, I got problems. We all got problems. But what you do when you're faced with the hard times in your life is what you're made out of, is what you become. You don't become great by getting everything handed to you. No, that's not a reality. What happens is you go through the struggles, you go through the hardest moments in your life, and then you find out what you're made out of. You find out how much fire you can go through in your life.
It's hard. It's hard changing your life. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. It takes a lot of guts to get up. It takes guts, ladies and gentlemen. No guts, no glory. And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's going to happen. All that matters is that you got to get up. Despite the circumstance, you can win. Despite the adversity, you can win. Despite the situation, you can win. Despite how much money you got in your bank, you can win. You can pull it off.
I believe that in order to make the most of yourself, you provide as much as you can for the people in your environment, in your world. So really, the question you want to ask, my man, is why won't the world pay you for your passion? When I say follow your passion, there's also share it, share your passion, and learn how to receive. There are 3 fucking parts to that, guys. Just because you're passionate and feely about something don't mean you're going to get a paycheck. Obama is not giving out passion checks. Okay?
I'm not going to settle for this. This is not going to be it for my life. I deserve more than this. And so I say to you, it's possible you can live your dream if it's becoming a diamond, if it's having more, it's achieving more. It's possible you can live your dream. It's necessary that you have a plan of action, that you're resilient, that you stick to, that you have the vision and never give it up, that you become creative and relentless and keep on coming back again and again and again, and that it's you that you got to take personal responsibility to make it happen. And when life knocks you down, jump back up and say, it's not over until I win.
I think you're pretty much a waste of a human being if you can't offer something. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, even if you leave a garden patch, you've been a success in the world. What can you do? Can you plant a garden? But you got to do something, because you're a human fucking being. You live on Earth. You live in a time and a place, in a civilization that requires resources. You got to eat. Right? If you think that you should be paid just because you're passionate about some shit, you want to do something because you love it, well, that's a utopian world, man. And guess what? If you're passionate about something and you know how to share it, you're providing something for someone so that you can earn back. And that's the third part of the equation, which is you got to know how to market and sell.
It's a dog fight. It's hard. But I've made up in my mind that I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. The only way I lose is if I quit. All of us have experienced some tragedy, and if we haven't, we will. And you can either let it destroy your life, or you can build upon it. You can permit it to let it hold you down, or you can decide, I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm bigger than this.
You either market and sell yourself as a worker, as someone who can provide a service for a bigger company. Right? Somebody who's already done the work. You got to understand that. These people that own companies, they've done the work, and perhaps you can be of service to that entity, and you'll get paid. Right? But you got to be of some value. You can't just show up. And some of you guys show up here. Elliot, I want to be at Strength Camp. For what? What are you going to do? I can't use you. Right? You got to be of some value. You got to be of some value to the place that you're offering some good or service.
You have to know that this thing is going to work. come hell or high water, whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
Your passion is only of value if you can share it. What can you do for someone else with it? You see, and that's the second part of the equation there. If you have nothing to give someone and you don't know how to receive, big part of the equation a lot of you guys leave out here. It's just the way of the world, you know? You can't reject that. You can't leave that part out. It doesn't feel good to know that you do need money.
I feel that I very often watch a lot of young people sort of meander around without any idea about why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, to want and to be ambitious and to want to be successful is not enough. That's just desire. To know what you want, to understand why you're doing it, to dedicate every breath in your body to achieve.
Don't believe the crushing that you're in as if it is your final residence or place of abode. You may have to live there for a little while, but borrow it. Don't buy it, because you will rise again. Don't own that pain, don't own that suffering, don't own that agony, don't own that grave, don't own that depression, don't own that suicide, don't own that loneliness. Rent it if you must, but don't own it.
If you feel you have something to give, if you feel that your particular talent is worth developing, is worth caring for, then there's nothing you can't achieve.
Trust yourself. What I mean by that is that you have to dig deep down and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? What makes you happy? No matter how crazy it may sound to the people. Don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you will never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision, and you know that it is the right thing to do, and success will come, so don't be afraid to fail.
You can decide that you're going to change, that you're going to stand up to life. I got me here, I can get me out of this, and I'm getting out. You can decide, I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me. It's going to be a dogfight. I would love to tell you that on the road to success, everything is going to work out. It's not. You have to remind yourself of how badass you really are. You take 1 second when your mind and your body are saying, we're done. We need to quit. You got to remind yourself, hang on a second. I've overcome a hell of a lot more than this. And I have the strength to persevere, to move on, to not settle for what's in front of me. Muscle memory, what happens is if you do it over and over and over, every time you get better and better and better, and repetition deepens the impression. What happens is in your mind, those motor skills, you start implanting that thing. You do it over and over and over and over and over again. You start implanting stuff, and then boom, memory kicks in.
When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and debts are high, you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when he might have won if he'd stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You might succeed with another blow. Often the struggler has given up. We might have captured the victor's cup, and he learned too late when the night slipped down, how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of clouds of doubt. You never can tell how close you are. It might be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you mustn't quit.
It's easy to give up. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm done. I ain't going. I ain't gonna keep going. It's very easy. But what's hard is going, yo, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm gonna do the same thing again today, but I'm gonna try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world. To get up every day and give 100% and be in the same position that you were each day, but mentally know that you're trying and trying and trying. That's a real grind.
You're thinking about quitting, you're thinking about giving up. You are folding, you are caving in. This is for you. Don't give up. Don't give up. Stay in it. Stay focused.
I did it so many times. I failed and got back up. I failed and got back up, right? Then I went for a couple feet, then I failed, right? That's why you're not successful. You keep stopping and start and stopping and start and stopping and start. Listen to me. I'm telling you to stop, but I'm telling you one motion. 21 days. You fall, you get right back up. Don't stop for a week. Don't stop for a month. Don't stop for a year. You fail a class, you go right back and take it again. Don't stop. Don't drop out of school. Don't quit. Don't give up.
Don't give up, boy. Don't you quit. You keep walking. You keep trying.
And you will not be defeated. You will not be destroyed. Some of you in this room, you are not able to activate your greatness because every time a trial or tribulation comes, you fall. Give up. Every time somebody tells you you don't have what it takes, you embrace it. And now you gotta stand up to it.
Trust yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. But something else burned inside me. Something burned inside me. I wanted to be different. I was determined to be unique. I was driven to think big and to dream big.
Life for me ain't been no crystal stab, it's had cracks in it. Boards torn up, places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you stop now. Don't you sit down on the steps cause you find it's kind of hard, but I'm still going, boy. I'm still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Well, life for none of us has been a crystal stair. But we must keep moving. We must keep going.
The night is darkest just before the dawn. I promise you, the dawn is coming.